Have you ever wondered how one wrong relationship could quietly drain the peace, stability, and happiness you've worked a lifetime to build? After 70, companionship can be one of life's greatest gifts, a source of laughter, comfort, and meaning. But choosing the wrong kind of partner can also bring heartache, financial strain, and emotional exhaustion. That's why it's not just important to know what kind of love to look for, but also what kinds of relationships to avoid. In this video, we'll talk about 4 types of women older men should be cautious about, especially if you want your later years to be peaceful, dignified, and genuinely happy. This isn't about judging anyone. It's about protecting your heart and recognizing patterns that can quietly steal your joy. By the end of this video, you'll know how to spot them early, and how to open your life only to the kind of partner who truly values you. Let's begin. 1. The opportunist, who sees you as a provider, not a partner. One of the biggest traps older men fall into is mistaking attention for affection. The opportunist often appears charming, loving, and devoted, but beneath that warmth, her true interest lies in what you can give, not who you are. At first, she makes you feel special. She compliments your wisdom, your stories, even your gray hair. You might think, finally, someone who appreciates me. But soon, small requests turn into constant needs, a bill here, a new phone there, or perhaps a short vacation to relax. You begin to notice that her smile shines brightest when your wallet is open. For men in their 70s, this kind of relationship can be dangerous. Your savings and independence are your foundation. Once someone begins to see you primarily as a financial resource, your peace of mind is at risk. Take Richard, a 74-year-old widower who met a younger woman at a local event. She listened with fascination as he spoke about his travels and career. For the first time in years, Richard felt alive. But slowly, the pattern changed, requests for help turned into expectations. When he refused, her affection faded. That was the moment he realized, he wasn't loved, he was used. Not every woman who accepts a gift is an opportunist. The key difference is balance. Healthy relationships are built on mutual care, emotional, not transactional. If love disappears when money does, it was never real love to begin with. So ask yourself. Does she enjoy your company when no money is involved? Does she listen to your heart, or only to the sound of your generosity? If your gut whispers no, listen. Protecting your peace is not selfish, it's wise. 2. The constant complainer, who drains your spirit. The second type to avoid is the chronic complainer, a person who seems to carry her own dark cloud wherever she goes. At first, she might appear honest and expressive, simply sharing her frustrations. But over time, you realize every day brings another storm. She finds fault in everything, the weather, the food, her neighbors, even you. For a man in his later years, this can be emotionally exhausting. You've already faced life's ups and downs, what you need now is calm, not chaos. Being around constant negativity slowly eats away at your peace. You start walking on eggshells, afraid to say the wrong thing because it might spark another complaint. Take Harold, a 78-year-old retired engineer who loved gardening and evening card games. When he met a lively woman who shared his sense of humor, he thought he'd found great company. But soon, every outing became a session of complaints. The food was bad, her relatives were ungrateful, her friends were toxic. Even Harold's beloved garden became a waste of time. Eventually, Harold realized he wasn't enjoying companionship, he was managing negativity. From a psychological standpoint, chronic complainers often seek validation through misery. They dwell on what's wrong instead of what's right, and slowly pull those around them into the same dark cycle. Of course, everyone faces hard times. Compassion and patience are part of love. But there's a difference between someone who seeks light during darkness, and someone who builds their home in it. In your golden years, you deserve laughter, gratitude, and calm conversation. If her presence constantly leaves you tired or anxious, it's a warning sign. Peace isn't optional after 70, it's vital. 3. The controller, who tries to manage your life. The third kind to be careful of is the controller, the woman who, beneath the mask of care, slowly takes over every aspect of your life. At first, her involvement might feel flattering. She helps you pick your clothes, suggests your meals, reminds you of your medicine, things that seem thoughtful. But gradually, those suggestions become commands. Suddenly, she's deciding who you can call, how you should spend your weekends, even when you should go to bed. For men who have spent decades making their own decisions, this loss of independence can feel suffocating. Meet George, a 71-year-old retired teacher. He loved his freedom and his quiet routines. When he met a woman at a community center, he admired her energy. But as time went on, her concern became control. She disapproved of his friends, criticized his wardrobe, and even rearranged his schedule. One evening, George looked around and realized, he was living her life, not his. Control in a relationship often stems from fear of losing power, or of being left behind. But love built on control isn't love at all. It's possession. A good partner will want to share your journey, not steer it. She'll inspire you, not direct you. Ask yourself, do you feel respected, or managed? Does your voice still matter? At this age, love should expand your world, not shrink it. You've earned your right to peace and freedom, never trade them for control disguised as affection. 4. The drama seeker, who lives in chaos. The last type is perhaps the most draining, the drama seeker. She thrives on emotional highs and lows, arguments, and endless stories of conflict. Her life seems like a series of small fires, and you're constantly expected to put them out. In the beginning, her energy might feel exciting. She's passionate, expressive, and full of life. But soon, that excitement turns into exhaustion. One week she's angry at a friend, the next, she's feuding with family. You realize peace doesn't exist in her world, only turbulence. For seniors, stress isn't just uncomfortable, it's dangerous. Doctors remind us that constant emotional strain can affect your sleep, blood pressure, and even your heart. Consider Walter, a 76-year-old who loved quiet fishing trips and evenings with friends. He met a woman who seemed lively and fun, always full of stories. But those stories soon became daily drama, fights with neighbors, co-workers, and relatives. Walter thought he could calm her, but instead, he found himself trapped in her storms. His phone buzzed with late-night rants, dinners ended in tears or arguments. The peace he cherished was gone. Drama seekers often mistake chaos for connection. They feel most alive when things are tense, but in the long run, that tension slowly breaks down both partners. It's not that you should only date people with perfect lives, everyone has struggles. What matters is how they handle them. A woman who faces challenges with patience and emotional maturity will bring stability and warmth. A woman who fuels chaos will leave you drained. At this stage in life, calm isn't boring, it's sacred. As we wrap up, let's reflect on these 4 warning signs. The opportunist, who sees your wallet before your heart. The complainer, who drains your joy. The controller, who chips away at your freedom. The drama seeker, who thrives on turmoil. Each one of these patterns can quietly rob you of the peace you've worked your whole life to earn. But this isn't about avoiding love. It's about choosing it wisely. You've reached a point in life where your time and energy are priceless. You deserve companionship that adds to your happiness, not one that takes it away. Real love in your 70s and beyond should bring calm, laughter, and a sense of safety. It should remind you that even as the years pass, your heart still has so much to give, and deserves to be handled with care. So ask yourself, which of these patterns have you seen, in your own life, or in the lives of others? Your experiences can guide not only you, but other men who may be facing the same choices. Thank you for being here. If today's message resonated with you, take a moment to reflect, and promise yourself that from now on, you'll protect your peace as fiercely as you protect your health. Because in your golden years, peace is the greatest form of wealth.